All right. So today was another great trade day. Honestly, it was probably one of my better execution days. I was up about 14 points, and I honestly ended up break even. I'm kind of reviewing now as I'm going over this, just kind of talking through it, seeing what my thought processes were. But before I get to that, I kind of just want to speak to something else that's kind of just been on me for when I made this video. I was thinking like the past couple weeks, I've been praying a lot. But my entire trading journey, I feel like I've been trading about 7 years. I feel like I've been allowing my wins and losses to be who and what I identify as. Um, like I feel like I try to identify as a trader, but I'm identifying myself as a winner or loser based on my daily gains. And I really was convicted this past week to kind of sit back and think about my identity is not I'm a trader. My identity is not I'm a winner or loser. Uh, I'm a full time cook, and I don't sit there and identify myself as a cook, and I don't base my entire day whether I cook a good dish or a bad dish. And it really made me sit back and think that my identity, more so than anything, is a son of God, a father, husband, brother, um, and it kind of convicted me, thinking that I allowed this money to rule over the way I reacted and treated people around me, and that I need to understand that these wins and losses don't make me who I am, that these wins and losses are just me following a process that will, in the end, give me money. I don't need to identify as a winner or loser or allow that to play at my brain when I'm doing this. So that's just something I kind of wanted to say. But today, my main objective was watching this 75, 73 level I have marked in a red dotted line on my bottom left screen. Um, it was Thursday's value area high, and as we opened, had massive buying, lifting the offers. Um, we left zero prints all the way down from 84 to 74, just scattered throughout. And this showed me that we were finding buying outside of this, value area. And as we came back down to test here, I was looking for delta to get below where low day delta was, which is about 1388. And as we zoom in here, you can see that there's lots of selling stepping in. I mean, prior, like right there at 933, and then 934, there's lots of selling trying to step in here too. If you look over at the footprint, it shows that there's large aggressive buying right at the 75, 79 level. And right here, we're having another aggressive push down, lots of buying, lots of selling at these lows. Yet, we're failing to move lower. We're having lots of effort, no reward. Now, if you keep watching here, we're going to make another higher low, and delta is going to print a lower low, showing that at this point in time, there's lots of selling in this market, yet we're failing to break below low a day, and we're putting in a higher low here, which shows that it's probably a passive buyer sitting there. Uh, Passive buyer. And then right now, this kind of makes me really watch the market. I don't really see any signs to enter yet. There is large buying on the footprint, of course, but what I'm ideally looking for is like a large spurt of buy volume to step over. Those passive sellers turning or passive buyers turning into aggressive participants. So if you see here, footprint closed, opened up a new bar. It's a 20 tick footprint. Um, and right now, I'm basically kind of just waiting. My hand is on the buy button. And right here, I start buying. I like that on this. First off, we had three higher lows, or three higher lows, and Delta was still moving down. And then on that last higher low, there's less aggressive selling at the lows, followed by aggressive buying. Now, my stop is below that second higher low, it's like 77 level. And right now, I'm kind of just targeting. I just want to see us break above high of day to move to break even before I really do anything. At this point in time, I'm risking five, about 5 points. And high day would be an ideal target, but I just don't think the risk to reward would make sense. It was only like an 8 point reward for about 5 point risk. So, not even really a 2 to 1. I was just waiting to see if we could break above this 90.25 level. And once we broke above there, I was looking to move to break even. So, kind of just sitting here. I was sitting back watching tape, seeing lots of aggressive buying stepping in after this aggressive selling failed to move us lower, which I really like. It was honestly a great entry. Not late entry, really. I mean, they showed confirmation of passive buyers sitting there, lower delta, and we're above low of day. And that shows that those sellers are not being rewarded for their effort. So as we broke high of day right here, you see that I moved about 1 point in profit. Ideally, what I was looking for was a 7,600 level because there had been a offer just sitting there all morning long, and it kind of just I was really looking for it to fill. That was my ideal target. Uh, I also hate these stupid algos following up the entire way. So as I zoom in right here, earlier I really didn't realize it or notice it, but there was that resting offer sitting at 94. But as I zoom out, I can't really see it because that's 7,600 offers right there. But as you zoom in and you see that a little bit closer, you kind of, it was another area I probably could have looked at to exit for a profit here. That would have been good 12 points profit on about 5 points risk, which is a 2 to 1 RR. Um, would have been great. And then as you see here, all the attempts to sell us down are just being bought up. I mean, we're holding above previous high a day right now. Each sell off attempt was failing to move us lower, and those aggressive buyers kept stepping in. So that aggressive buying at open showed that they were willing and present. And as you can see on my bottom left chart, there was lots of aggressive buying overnight near the middle of that range. And so right here, technically, I think if I zoom in, I would have seen a filled offer uh, at 94. And if I really would have watched and paid attention, I probably would have noticed and seen that probably would have been a better idea. As we broke above high a day, filled an offer. Just a great little way to exit. Yeah, look at that large buyer into the offer that was sitting there. What I should have been watching for were signs of weakness to exit in that market. And as you see, there was more signs of buying. So I was holding on, thinking I wouldn't really say hoping, but I for sure was thinking that we should go test this 7,600 level. That was my opinion. And then as we zoom in right here, technically I should have seen that was a nice exhaustion, push up there. Like those two filled offers before, failed buying above them, and then aggressive selling stepping in would have been an ideal exit. Yet did not exit. I sat here and I told myself, if we can hold previous high day at this 7590 level, 100% would be willing to hold on to this target 7600. Now, as we come into 7590, watch how fast we break through it. And I still failed to sell. This was, I mean, that was a mistake on my part. At this point in time, I feel like maybe I was holding on for hope that maybe we could go and test the 7600 offer. But even then, when I zoomed in and saw that we had that filled offer at 94s, followed by like a nice little exhaustion push up by buyers that were not there, followed by aggressive selling. I should have exited at this 92, 93, taking about like a 1.9 to 2 RR, which still would have been great. And here we go. Aggressive selling back into high of day. And at this point, kind of was just holding on, hoping because I didn't want to close for a 4 or 5 point winner, just in case it were to come back, and because I failed to close at those highs. But as you'll see here, just aggressive selling just steps in. I mean, there's nothing. It's just continuously pushes down. We try to have one little relief bounce right down here, and it was just shut down. Pushed us right back into my stop, and honestly, um, throughout the day, we only broke high day by like maybe a point or two. So we never did end up hitting that 7,600 and sold off. So it was a great entry, great reasoning. I mean, we were above Thursday's value area high with aggressive buying, lots of offers being lifted, pull back. Delta was showing aggressive selling, yet it was Delta was below low day Delta, showing that there were very aggressive sellers in the market, yet they were not being rewarded. We were making higher lows. Then upon that, higher lows were being put in that little consolidation area and showing less sellers at the lows. So as those buying stepped in, I got long targeting the 7,600 resting offer. Failed to see the 74 offer, but you live and you learn. Just another great day of trading. Just another lesson learned and something that I'll take into the next week or next trades.